The type of woman I'm going to describe to you in this video, guys, most of you have encountered in your dating life before in the past. I know I've ran into a handful of these women, and they're just a drain. They're a thorn in your side. They're a nag. They get on your nerves. They don't want things to go right. This type of woman, she will go on dates with you. She would hang out with you and laugh and everything and text you and act like she's really into you. But deep down, she's really not. Men test for compliance and cooperation and submission. Women test for strength. So when a woman bucks, when a woman goes against what you said you were going to do, or she tries to change your mind or make you or manipulate you into doing something else, what she's telling you is, I don't respect you. I'm not really into you like that. So let me see what I can get out of you. Let me get my way. Let me not go with the flow and follow your lead, because I could care less about losing you. When you meet a woman, what's going to happen is she's going to try you usually in the first date or so, maybe second date. It's usually the first date women do this silly nonsense. And if you haven't experienced it, I guarantee you, one day you will in the near future. Heck, you might experience it tonight after you watch this video. What she will do after you set the time, date, and place. Give me an example. Let's say you set it at 5 p.m. to meet at a park or a coffee shop, something light. Go for a walk, just to see the vibe and have a good conversation. And she'll agree. She'll say, okay, cool. I'll see you at this park or this coffee shop or Starbucks at 5 p.m. And you're like, okay, cool. Can't wait. I'll see you then. What'll happen? Usually 2 to 3 hours before you're supposed to meet up and hang out, she'll do this manipulative tactic. It's a power play to break you, but don't you budge. She'll say something like, hey, I'm kind of hungry. Or how about we go over here and get some drinks? How about we meet up over here instead? Now, in your mind, when you see that text message, your heart is kind of beating. Because you're thinking, well, I'm looking forward to meeting this girl. She's attractive. She seems like she has a great personality. She has a nice bud and a nice rack. She's on point. And you're like, well, I do want to meet her. So, okay, let's meet at wherever you want to meet. So what happens is you change your plans. And if you change your plans, the plans that you guys have already set, what's going to happen is she's not going to respect you. If she tries to change plans at the last minute, you let her go. I know it sounds kind of harsh. You're like, well, what's the big deal? We just meeting over here. We still hanging out. Right. It's a power play. It's her way to control the situation. And the reason why she's switching plans on you and not trying to do things your way and follow your lead like a woman is supposed to do, because she's not really into you, number one. And number two, she wants to see what she can get out of the situation. If you give a woman an inch, my brothers, she will take it a mile. So let's say hypothetically you decide not to take my advice and you say, well, let's meet over here. She wants to change plans. It's no big deal. We'll go do something else. When you do that and you guys are hanging out and you meet up at the spot she decided to meet at, she's going to be giving you this sort of energy like she's better than you. That's because you changed for her. And then even if you guys happen to get in some sort of situation or relationship, what's going to happen is she's going to realize, oh, I did that first time, the first day, so I can do it again. And I can do something else again. And if a woman does not respect you, she would never be attracted to you. She would never really desire you. Respect is number one. And this is a small, slight way a woman will disrespect you on the first date. It's happened to me many times. And guess what? I just let those women go. There's been some women who say, okay, all right, let's just meet where you want to meet. But never change or switch plans. And women do this on the first date to see what they can get away with. Now, here's the thing. Let's say you meet her at the bar where she wants to meet. You'll be buying her a whole bunch of drinks. You'll be doing a lot of different things because in her mind, she's like, oh, now I have gotten ground on him. I'm up here now and he's following my program. And usually you never have sex with that girl. I've changed plans. I said, okay, let's do it. Let's do that there. That's no big deal. It ain't too far from where we was going to meet at. And what happens is I try to, get a little physical with her, and she's just kind of, ignoring it or pulling away or not going with the flow. That's because she was never really into me. So if she tries to change plans, 100% of the time, her interest level was low. In her mind, she's like, well, might as well hang out with this dude. I don't got nothing else to do. So, heck, it's no big deal. I might as well, right? So if she does that, number one, the first point, let her go. Now, this is key, the second point, because this has happened to me. And what I noticed was these women, they never cooperated. They always gave me a hard time. They never things never really flowed, right? They always thought they were better than me when I kowtowed and did what they wanted to do. So if a woman ever says, hey, let's meet halfway instead, let me tell you why this is a horrible idea. Now, again, remember, it sounds innocent because as a man, you're like, well, men and women are equal, so might as well meet halfway. No, men and women are not equal. What she means is when a woman says, let's meet halfway, or you live too far for me to come way out there near you, she's telling you that, number one, she doesn't really value you like that. She ain't really into you like that, but she'll hang out with you, no big deal. And number two, she knows that if she comes near your place at the park or the bar or whatever, coffee shop, whatever you guys are supposed to meet at, she knows that, oh, things could get sexual. So she says meet halfway so you won't get sexual with her because she's not into you physically on that level. I know it sounds messed up and you're like, well, we can just meet halfway. What's the big deal? Every single time I met a woman halfway, we never got physical and I never saw her again. I'm telling you, every single time, even guys that I've coached and I gave consultations to, they met women halfway. Guess what? She was always 100% of the time, not 98, not 99, 100% of the time on some games and some silliness. And it usually happened in the first day because, again, that's when women try to get their footing and they try to see what they can get away with. When it's the second, third, fourth hangout get together, she usually can sense, okay, this is how the power dynamic is. He's the leader. He's in control. He runs the show. So now I'm going to just follow his lead. So all this stuff happens on the first date, maybe second date, but first date for sure. So if she tries to make you meet halfway, just say, hey, how about we meet somewhere near your house? Make sure you meet at a place that's by your place so you can easily transition from that coffee shop, from that bar, from that restaurant, or from that park back to your place. And it's an easy transition. Women know that you will try to do that. So they'll say, well, let's just meet over here, or I'll pick a spot. And here's what I noticed. Even if you say, well, okay, we can meet halfway, what she will do is she'll GPS someplace that's actually a little closer to her. But she won't tell you, just like, well, let's meet halfway. She just doesn't want to spend the gas because she's not really into you like that. A woman who's into you, she's going to come to you. I've had women drive hours to see me in my place. So if she wants to meet halfway, medium to low interest. And I guarantee you guys will never have sex. And the place you're going to meet, she's going to suggest, and it's got to be close to her place. Even if you say, okay, let's meet halfway, and you select a place where she lives compared to where you live, she'll say something like, that's kind of far. Or that's not really halfway between me and you. Let's meet over here. You see how it works? She'll try to counter where you're going to meet halfway. So 2 points. If she does these two things on a first date, my brothers, let her go. I know it sounds tempting and sounds innocent, but she doesn't respect you. She's not really all that attracted to you. And you only want to deal with women who have extremely high interest, not medium to low.